All right, guys, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Oh man, let's see. Is that better? Yeah, it should be better. All right, guys. Good morning. Sound good? Let me get this hooked up. We are good. Whew. I'm not feeling that hot this morning, man. Why is this trying to connect to something else? I don't know why, but my Bluetooth speakers are trying to connect to something else. Let's get these Bluetooth speakers. Alright, so that is paired. It connects to my phone. Great. No. Man, my headphones can't find my computer this morning. Great. But yeah, I'm not feeling that hot. That's my home computer. It's trying to connect to my home computer now. Sorry, guys. I don't know if y'all can hear that. No, y'all. I don't think y'all can. My Bluetooth speakers are going back and forth trying to connect to, for some reason, that, yeah, they don't want to connect to my, yeah. All right, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened. My computer. This is a brand new laptop. I literally bought this laptop a week ago. I don't know what happened with that. It just my computer just forced to restart. It said it ran into an error and it needed to restart. It may be because it's a laptop and I'm doing a lot of different stuff on it simultaneously. And so I'm assuming that even though it's an i7 16 gig, SSD laptop, it's still a lot of stuff to be doing at one time and a lot of stuff connected to it. I've got about 3 different things connected to the USBs, and so it's just a lot of stuff going on in this laptop. There we go. We're kind of back though. That's fine. All right, guys. Yeah, like I said, I am not feeling that hot this morning. I am not feeling that great. Not feeling that good. Ooh, man, it's been tough. Problem is, I haven't been able to eat. Like that's the biggest issue. Like I can't eat any good food. I'm on vacation. I can't drink. It's terrible. Everybody can hear me and see me clear now, though. Everything's working now. Just want to double check to make sure everything's good now. I'm drinking ginger tea. It does help. I got off the nausea medicine I was on, and now I'm drinking ginger tea. Cool. All right. Nice. Yeah, we'll try to do one of these things one day with Mitch. Where we'll try to do one of these things with Mitch where he shows his face too. We'll see if we can get him to though. I know it takes a lot of setup. I had to go buy one of these webcams because my computer camera's terrible. It's a nose cam. Hey, thanks, Scott. Yeah, man, it's just been rough. Honestly, like I said, this is like the sickest I've ever been. Um, this is day like 12 or 11. So it's been almost 2 weeks of just nonstop. Can't eat. Just GI issues, man. It's terrible. I don't even necessarily like ginger, but I've drinking and eaten more ginger in the last week than I probably have in my entire life prior to this. So maybe, I know ginger's good for you, so maybe I'll start using ginger now. A lot of people talking about FCEL. I'm going to have to log back into Thinkorswim because my computer decided to just die on me. Honestly, one thing I am noticing though with this laptop is this SSD is great. You know, it literally takes, you saw how quick, like that entire maybe what, like 20 seconds was my computer restarting, shutting down, and then restarting, and then me logging back into everything. It took like 20 seconds. So the SSD is useful. It just makes it run much faster on this computer. And so the solid state drive is cool for sure. Sorry guys, this thing like threw some big charts up. There we go. That's better. Alright, so yeah, what I'm basically watching, let's see what we get. I know a lot of people talking about FCEL, and we'll look up some news, but man, today's one of those days where I wish I could trade penny stocks because man, look at FCEL. These are the ones. So if you guys know me, you know that I never got super deep into trading penny stocks. I know that's what's advertised a lot for new traders is penny stocks, 1,000% gains. You know, you could be rich in a week trading penny stocks, and I get it. You know, I know that's what's advertised to new traders. But I never really got into it. I traded them some, but I never quite found that consistency that I did with higher cap stocks. I think every trader kind of starts out with penny stocks because that's what's advertised to them. But with me, I started off with penny stocks, and then I kind of transitioned towards mid-cap stocks. Typically, my sweet spot is like $20-$30 is my sweet spot for the price of the stock. But when I did trade penny stocks, I would trade them exactly like FCEL. Really volatile, typically just under the whole dollar, because if it's under the whole dollar, when it breaks that $1 level, a lot of times it can get a really nice volume spike up. And so I used to take advantage of these. I'd get in around 75 and ride it from like 75 up to the whole dollar of one. And then if it broke out over one, I would hold on to it a little bit more. And that was probably one of my most successful penny stock strategies. Specifically the 1 minute pullback. I know Warrior Trading talks about the 1 minute pullback a lot. That's one of my favorite penny stock strategies. And for good reason. I mean, I think that's one of the more reliable ones. It's kind of a transitionary strategy, but it definitely works well. And so if I was trading penny stocks, that's kind of what I would watch today is FCEL. Yeah, let's look at SLS. And like I said, though, if you're a new trader and you've already been pitched penny stocks and you can get rich in a week trading penny stocks, you can, but it's highly unlikely. But just understand that there's other options as well. There's other more stable options. You know, one of the ways I'm consistent is that I trade some of the same stocks every day. You know, you'll see me look at the same stocks and watch the same stocks on a daily basis. And the reason I do that is because once you trade certain stocks long enough, you start to really kind of understand how they move a little bit better, and it makes you a little bit more consistent when you trade those stocks. And I think that's an edge that's not necessarily found in penny stocks, because most of the time if a penny stock runs, it may not run the next day, and it may not move at all the next day, and they go in kind of waves. Penny stocks kind of go in waves, where normal stocks, you can kind of watch them every day and try to find an edge with those. We'll see. But yeah, we could look up some news for these, though. I will look up some news. Alright, so first one we're going to look up is FCEL here. They highlighted their performance achievements of 20 Midwest Korean Southern Power Company fuel cell park in Incheon, South Korea. So it sounds like a fluff piece, if I'm being honest. I don't actually know, though, so don't take my word as truth. It says, a global leader in delivering clean, innovative, and affordable fuel cell solutions for the supply, recovery, and storage of energy, recognized the performance achievements of the 20-megawatt Korean Southern Power Company KOSPO fuel cell park in Incheon, South Korea, as the installation reached its one-year anniversary of operation June 30th, 2019. End quote. Yeah, so it's good news, but I'm skeptical of it. I'm not saying it won't run. I mean, it's a low float penny stock that has a lot of hype behind it. Actually, this might not be a low float. Does anybody know the float of FCEL? Because it actually might not be a low floater. The level 2 and the level 2 is showing a little bit more significant movement. And I know it's a less than $1 stock, and so that might play a little bit more of a factor here. But yeah, let's try to find the float of FCEL. Man, look at that daily chart, though, man. That's a rough daily chart for FCEL, guys. Look at this daily chart. Whew, that's a tough daily chart, guys. That's so tough, man. Look at this thing. It looks so weak. I mean, it bounces some along the way, but man, this is just huge decline in FCEL. Man. Kind of a rough daily looking chart. I mean, it could bounce. Like I said, it's over 82. Next resistance is at about 112 or so, I think. You know, maybe 125, maybe 160, 152. So interesting. We'll see where it can go. Like I said, though, that's just kind of an ugly daily chart, guys. Ugly daily chart. Yeah, I mean, the daily ultimately doesn't matter, though, with these, Scott. Like, the daily chart, I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, somebody could take that out of context. The daily chart matters, but with the context of these, like, really cheap penny stocks under $1, I don't know what the float is. I'm assuming it's not huge. Then the daily chart doesn't really matter. It might get hyped up for a day or two anyway, and that's not going to really... The daily chart's not going to affect the downward action too much. It just looks like a failing stock. Now, I'm not saying it won't bounce back eventually, but it's just a rough daily chart. Float of 27 million. Okay, so it's a small float. It's not like really tiny or anything. And so it's a smaller float, but it's not ridiculously small, especially compared to some of these other penny stocks. I mean, it's under $1 and the float's 27 million. So it's not actually really small, but it's not huge either. Alright, guys. Let's also look at, so we looked at that news for FCEL. Let's look at SYMC. SYMC looks pretty good. Where's my level 2? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and look at SYMC's news as well. It's at 25.30, gapping up from 22.10. Buyout talks with Broadcom is what's causing SYMC to push up, is just potential buyout rumors and talks. That's the only news I really see for this one. Yes, just acquisition talks for SYMC. CGC news. Let's look up we could look up CGC too. Wow, CGC is a really interesting chart here. Look at this. Look at this, guys. CGC all the way down to 36.50s, back up to 40. And it's almost exactly the biggest level here, and I think this is something that traders should understand as well. Is like, I think the biggest level with CGC here is that previous day's closing price right here at 40.10. I think that level, like, even if I remove all of this, I think this level here, bottom of this range at about 39.70 or so, is significant. Right here, this 40 level, and I think 40.10 right here is significant. So I think those are the two big levels for CGC. If it breaks over 40.10, it's essentially going red to green because it's breaking over the previous day's close price. At this point, it's still technically red and pre-market because it's below the previous day's close. But if it breaks over that, it might be interesting. But we have a nice, solid, pretty big range for CGC. And we can go ahead and look up the news for this one too. What's up, the best? Good morning, man. Yeah, the CEO left. So they basically fired their CEO. He said he called and he said, quote, "I think stepping down might not be the right phase." And then he said, quote, "I was terminated." So he was fired. You guys know I like CGC, and so I'll watch it. I don't know. When I say like it, I don't even necessarily mean I like it to go up. I just like trading it. I think it follows phase pretty accurately, depending on the trend. And it's usually one I have pretty decent accuracy with. So with CGC, I don't know if you guys caught that video, but I was able to kind of slowly claw my way back and have a nice little green, technically gross green day after commissions and net profit. I was probably down some, but at least in gross profit, I did bring my account all the way back, and so it's not too bad. Let's see what I'm at actually. Let's see what I'm at. After commissions, I'm guessing $30, $40 down yesterday. Yeah, that's about right. $40 down. So, not too bad. Definitely manageable. Still up $350 in net profit in this account, so I'll take it. SYMC, I think, huge range, but with acquisitions, they're a little bit harder to trade, I think. See what else is moving. We also have EARS. EARS. We got MRKR. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go grab my phone. I need my phone, so I'm going to go grab it. I'll be right back. Let me mute this real quick. And then yeah, give me like, I don't know, give me like 2 minutes. All right, guys. So, what we got today? We should have Mitch here eventually. Let me make sure my volume's good. Should be good. Can you all hear the birds out here when I unmute it? Man, these birds are serious out here. Oh, I didn't like breaking out on volume. There's a better one that I found, a better scanner than breaking out on volume for the mornings. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. My biggest complaint with my current setup is I would really like to be able to use my real mouse instead of my computer mouse. So that's my biggest complaint about my travel setup here. I should be doing a video about that as well. Here we go, up big in pre-market. That should be good. I should be doing a video on my travel setup as well. It's a cool little travel setup I have. It'll be a fun little video. There we go. Alright, guys. So, what do you guys think? I mean, I've been pretty consistent lately. Yesterday ended slightly down after commissions. Monday ended green. Last week was a green week. I think I've been pushing it a little bit too much with scaling in and out if I had to make some adjustments in my trading. But overall, you know, things have been pretty consistent lately. So, just going to look to keep it going. What's up, Marsh? Yeah, man. Sounds like a jungle. I bet. Honestly, they're loud out here, man. It's serious. I'm out in like the sunroom. I think I showed you all before. You could see my computer setup here. Let me turn my computer just so you guys can see where I'm at. It's pretty cool out here, though. I will give it credit. It's pretty cool. Check it out. Let me see if I can. You know, it's like a sunroom. So yeah, man. I mean, it's nice out here for sure. It's peaceful. Yeah, man. It's a good vibe in the morning for sure. I think my trading's been doing well because of it. Helps me kind of not be too upset if I have a losing trade or whatever. All right, guys. So let's see. Yeah, man, it's fun though. It's a nice little setup. Yeah, man, for sure. And that's what I think they helped me as well. Relentless. I really do. I think they helped me for sure. But yeah, guys, what you guys want to understand though in this situation is that we're still in like summer trading. So like you may notice the stream has less people, the volume's a little bit worse in the market, and it's because summer trading is upon us. And we're right in the heat of summer, right in the middle. You know, we're in July now, and so the volume typically gets much lower and much worse during this summer trading. And what a lot of traders do, especially if you're trading penny stocks specifically, is that they try to take it easy during the summer, and then whenever the market gets a little bit more volatile, usually around September, October is when it kind of starts. A lot of traders start to take, excuse me, they start to take really big swings and then slow down when the market doesn't give them as much, if that makes sense. And so I'm a little bit different. Some of the setups that I trade work fairly well in this market, you know, as well, even in summer trading. So I'm a little bit different, but you know, just remember, you don't have to trade. Sometimes I'm not the best example of that, but just remember, you don't have to trade. One thing I am a good example of, though, is trading small. You know, when I feel myself needing to trade and wanting to trade, but I know I probably shouldn't, or I know that I need to be a little bit more selective and disciplined, one thing I'll do is I will trade small. I'll buy 50 shares, and that'll get my mind right. It'll allow me to be in a trade, and if it works out, great. But that way, I'm not taking any enormous risks in that trade. All right, guys, we got about 9 minutes left. All right, guys. What did Bitcoin ever do, guys? What did Bitcoin ever get to? I know Bitcoin was up in the last few days. I'm assuming it's down because I don't see that many Bitcoin stocks actually moving. What's up, Tech? Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. I've been sick, bro. It's been no bueno, man. What's up, Abby? What's up, man? Yeah, dude. Honestly, man, it's kind of an interesting first week to decide to do the face cam thing just because I've been sick. And I probably should have waited for myself to get a little bit better. But honestly, I'm out in Michigan. I have a really cool environment to trade in right now. On vacation on my little traveling trading station. And so I just figured if I was going to stream and show kind of my face and my face cam, this vacation was the one to do it just because it's a really cool trades setting, you know. Yeah, let me look, man. Let's see what we get. Bitcoin is at 11,400. Man, I mean, you can say what you want about Bitcoin, but it damn sure is pretty volatile, and you could make some money on it. Like I said, though, I think the problem with it is that it's not necessarily sustainable with Bitcoin, and um, I think that if you want it to be a real currency, then it needs to be cheaper. Because what's the point of having a currency if you have to break it up into extremely small chunks just to be able to spend it as a currency? Doesn't make sense that way. Um, I understand the logic behind it, and I honestly want Bitcoin to succeed. Like I've always said, I've said this over and over. I'm anti-big bank. You know, I want Bitcoin to do well, and I hope I'm wrong, and I want it to do well, but I don't know if it necessarily will. It's up now. It's great. If it can break 20s, I'll be happy. All right, guys. Let's see. Yeah, what's up, hero? Can somebody explain what we are looking out for? First time here and I'm barely learning. Um, so if it's you got to explain your experience level. If you don't understand what you're looking at, these are scanners that show you kind of volatile stocks in the market. Um, I am a day trader, so I day trade stocks. So when I buy a stock, or mostly I actually short stocks, so I profit from stocks going down. But when I do that, I only hold the stock for, I think my average is like 20 minutes. And so I'll buy a stock and then I'll sell it 20 minutes later for profit, hopefully. And these scanners are scanners that are showing me really volatile stocks, because when you want to profit from day trading, a lot of the time you're going to need volatility, because that's how day traders make their money, is volatility. And so what these scanners are showing us is the most volatile stocks in pre-market, the stocks that are moving the most, because those are stocks that I'm going to start watching once the actually opening bell rings, because they're going to be the most volatile and they have the easiest potential to put, to make money with these, if that makes sense. So that's essentially what you're looking at right now. But the bell starts in 4 minutes. Because a fixed amount of bitcoins helps discourage inflation. The hype towards it, though, creates inflation. Exactly. The hype towards it, exactly, my logic as well. But I mean, I want it to do well. I want Bitcoin to succeed. I'm not trying to. Some people think I'm like a hater. Like my boy Kenny. My boy Kenny. He knows a lot more about Bitcoin than I do, and maybe we'll get him on the stream one day. But just from my speculation, I just don't know if I feel it. You know. All right, let's take this down. Let's get ready here. All right, guys. Any specific scans you want up today? Any specific scans you want up here? Like any specific ones? I wonder where Mitch is at. Let me text Mitch, see where he's at. He might have sent me the thing already. No. Nice. Honestly, I see that right now. James, I see that right now, man. Alright, guys, we got about a minute and a half left. About a minute and a half left, so we should be getting rolling pretty soon here. Let me move this so you guys can see it probably a little bit better. Sorry, I'm trying to make it so you can all see. It should be good. Alright, guys, yeah, CGC main watch. FCEL, if you could trade that one. Looks good. Alright, guys, we got less than a minute. AMD looks good as well. There we go. Look at this drop in AMD, guys. Wow. I think we're going to get a little bit of a rebound, but we got 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. Good luck. Let's do this. Hey, buddy. My son's waving at me from the window. There's the bell. Sorry, guys. I think my internet might be giving me a little bit trouble today. So sorry about that. But there's the bell. Let me start. Alright, guys. So we get a bounce up in AMD. CGC. We got FCEL. We can watch FCEL here. Hey, thanks, Hero. Yeah, man, I think my internet's working a little bit worse today, guys. Alright, so I'm looking at FCEL just getting hammered here. It could still easily red to green move though, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that. We're looking at the SPY here, and the SPY was up some. It's up to 297s. If we can break 300, I mean, that would be interesting for the SPY. CGC's dropping some, and we have such a big range with CGC right here that it looks interesting. I'm going to wait and see and maybe look at some sympathy moves with like CRON. We are getting a drop in CRON. That's actually the one I traded yesterday. We also have Overstock, which I've traded a lot too. You want to see my VWAP fade scanner? Alright. Let me see what I can find here. I don't think many people use the action as heating up scanner. I just don't think many people actually use it. I'll have to try to make some room in a second for it, for my VWAP fade scanner. Alright, so with CGC we do have a move back to the VWAP, but this looks so much like a red to green move, like it's about to just break up, squeeze up and break this high, that I'm not messing with it. It could drop, it could fade, but it looks too strong here for CGC. Now, Kron, on the other hand, looks a little bit better because you can use this 43 level right here as your risk. Yeah, look, there goes CGC. Hey, I'm not going to say I predicted CGC pulling this red to green move just now, right when it was well below that. I'm not going to say I predicted it, but I predicted it. Hope somebody can take advantage of it, but yeah, there goes CGC. I don't even know if it's going to run here. I know this would have stopped me out in a VWAP fade, though. But it looked very strong, and I hope everybody can kind of see why I thought that move might happen with CGC. But yeah, this is kind of what I thought would happen. So yeah, so with Kron here, if I get in at 34, 35, I could use this 43 level as my risk. So my risk is 9 cents, and then my reward level can be from 33. And I want at least an 18 cent reward target. 35 down to 15 would be exactly 20 cents. So I'll consider that. The only problem is the wicks down there. Makes it a little bit less favorable, and also the spread's not as good. But yeah, CGC, it looked like it. I mean, like I said, this is what I kind of called out. This is the reason why I didn't want to get into CGC for a short position down there. It may drop now, though. Maybe I was wrong. You know, it may drop now, but it still looks pretty strong, in all honesty. Was really kind of thinking about Kron right there. It was good risk reward, but the wicks make it a little bit less favorable for me. I just don't like them as much. And maybe that was the fade for Kron. OSS. Yeah, I see OSS popping up on my scanners. I also saw OSTK on my scanners, but man, look at that first fade with Cron. Maybe that was the right move. Let's look at AMD. Ooh, AMD looks pretty for a fade. Let's see if we can get that fade up to 31.15. And we could use a risk of like 22. Big reward level. Try to jump in with like 200 shares to start it off. Maybe 300. If we can get up to 15. Like I said, risk 23. 8-cent risk. About a 15-cent reward. Not bad. I'll take it. If we can get it up there though. It's got to get up there for AMD. I'm gonna buy 100 shares here of CRON, just a little bit early. It's one of those ways I've been trading it lately, just a little bit early, and ultimately the goal is to add up to like 300. It's the same thing I've been doing every day. Oh, let me start my recording so I can. Okay, I did start my recording. Nice. Yeah, it's the same thing I've been doing almost every single day with AMD and Cron and CGC, and so I can buy another 100. There we go. Yeah, my internet's definitely giving me issues today, guys. I can feel it. My computer's already died once. Alright, there's 15, 16s. Alright, so I'm in with 300 shares now. I don't mind this one with AMD, but I gotta be pretty strict with my risk level. I'm not gonna add any more to it. I don't mind the fade though. Don't mind the setup. We just need a nicer flush down here. I'm in with 300 shares. We're just going to look for a $31 whole dollar level. We'll see if it maintains down there or not. I don't hate it. Like I said, my risk is up here. So not too shabby there. Yeah, I don't know. What's up with that, Abby? Yeah, there's 12s, 11s. SPY may be pulling up some. We'll see. 9s. Try to build up a little bit of cushion on the day. Whoa, I don't want that. There we go. Yeah, I want my regular mouse bag, guys. Alright, there's 9s. 8s, 7s. Not bad. Like I said, we're going to look for that whole dollar of 31 level as risk. I like that whole dollar of 31 level. Yeah, my internet's lagging. It's either my internet or Thinkorswim. Whoa. What is going on? I don't know if it's my internet out here or what. I might have to get an Ethernet cord for tomorrow and just connect it straight. Is anybody else lagging on Thinkorswim? Because mine is acting kind of crazy at this point. Yeah, mine just seems like it's lagging. I'm not sure what. Has anybody ever? Hey, nice. Oscar. Hey, nice, man. Happy to see that, brother. Yeah, man, the VWAP strategies work. I mean, they may not always work, obviously. They're not going to always work for me. Sometimes I'm going to have losing days, weeks. Sometimes weeks are not going to be great. Sometimes the setup's just not going to work as well. But on average, the VWAP setups that I trade work, and they're reliable on average. Sometimes they're not, but most of the time they are. Alright, so we do have this new kind of resistance built up above it here at 17 now. And so I like it a little bit more there. We'll see if that level can maintain and hold. But again, my risk level is way up here. Really though, once we start to get over 20, I'm going to be a little bit more worried about this one just because it's going to have a little bit more momentum to go against me. We just want to see it under 17 really at this point. There he goes, 11s. I like the new resistance above, but man, look at my thinkorswim. It's acting funny. Just the way my thinkorswim chart's moving. Alright, I went up to 17 again. Alright, I'm out. I see the squeeze coming. $32 loss. Just got squeezed up really, really quick there. Only a 10-cent loss, though, so very manageable. But yeah, I started nosing. The fade looked good at first, but the squeeze started to happen a little bit too quickly there, which is okay. Small loss. I just, the way my charts are acting and the way my internet's acting, I'm just not super confident in a lot of these. Look at CRON. Maybe that was the fade to take there. Beautiful little fade. I just don't want to get stubborn like I did yesterday. I think I got a little bit stubborn and forced trades yesterday. Is my internet working? That's what's going on. My internet is going out. Can everybody see and hear me? I know my internet's kind of screwing up right now, guys. I think my internet's kind of going out, giving people issues. Maybe I got faked out. Okay, you can hear me good. Maybe I got faked out here with AMD. We'll see. I mean, like I said, it put in a very obvious high and then it got weak again. So I like AMD a little bit more now. I don't want to necessarily miss it. So I'm going to get back in with like 100 shares and see if I can redeem myself some with this one now. I like it much more. So I'm back in with 200 shares. Maybe I'm being stubborn with it, but this is something I did yesterday. When a stock puts in a really obvious high like that and then gets weak, then it's just much better and it looks much better on a weakness scale, if that makes sense. So like when a stock puts in a really obvious high like that and then basically fakes me out like it did, I'm much more confident in its weakness. It's one of the same thing like if I'm in a trade and a stock has some confirmation, then I'm much more confident in it. And so I'll add back to this one now that it looks kind of weak, honestly. Yeah, it's my internet giving me problems. Yeah, my bad, guys. Sorry. Yeah, I wish I would have still had my 300 shares in this one because it just faked me out. But again, the reason I added back to it is it's something I talked about in yesterday's video, that when a stock puts in a really self-evident high like that and then comes back to the bottom of the range, it's usually much more reliable. It's usually much more reliable. The weakness is confirmed, and I can, consequently try to slowly scale out of it and bank some from it. We'll see. If we get a pop-up, I'll add a little bit to this one too. There we go. I think we got Mitch here. Let me get Mitch up. Yo, what's up, man? What's up, bro?
Hi, man.
Alright, guys, can y'all hear Mitch? You should be good.
Alright. What's up, dude?
Chilling, man. Just trading the fade on AMD. Got faked out once, trading it again. Like it a little bit more now, so I jumped back into it with 200 shares now. We'll see how it works. This is what I did yesterday, and like I said, I'm super confident in it when it does this. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more. Now, maybe this one will fake me out and not work, but whenever a stock puts in a high like that, I really, I like the weakness, but maybe this is the time where it won't work. This is what I did yesterday that kind of got me back to slightly green. on the day. Go. My average is 12, basically 31.12. So now I have a full 300 share position too. Let's do this again. Gotten a lot of volatility, man. Look at CGC today, man. That one's super volatile. Just kind of fast acting.
All right. I had that got us started there in AMAT at 44.75 on that pop.
Yeah, my internet's giving me issues today, though, so just a heads up about internet issues today, brother. Alright, there's 09s. I realized I didn't put Mitch up much yesterday, so I'll try to put Mitch up some today. Alright, I'm going to cover a little bit there, and then I'm just going to hold these little 150 shares, see if we can get a little bit more action from it. Just taking some of that loss off. Still,
Daddy,
yeah, buddy.
when you're done working, can you get 3DS thingy?
What do you mean?
He that has the 3DS's games. I want to play the Mario game that is
I know, but you got to ask your mom about that, buddy. My son wants to play Mario games on his 3DS. Here, close that door. Here, close that door. Thank you. Alright, so we got a little bit of a flush. I was able to take some profits from that one. Oh, you're in a trade here. I could throw you up. I'll throw Mitch up a little bit earlier today since I don't think I was able to do it yesterday. So here, I'll throw Mitch up.
Yeah, guys, I'm in AMAT here for the fade. Gotta hang tight with my entry though. As you can tell, it's been holding up there, but don't want it up there at the 80s.
Yeah, thanks, Justin. Yeah, man, he's a good kid.
Also, like QCOM was looking for that one, maybe with a fade.
Oh man.
I missed the open today, man.
I know, bro. I was texting you. I was like, "Yo, where you at?"
Bro, you don't understand. I was so upset when I woke up.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, dude, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night either. So kind of wished I could sleep in today, but my kids don't let me. Even if I don't trade, my kids don't let me sleep in no matter what. If you have kids, you know. My son's up every morning 6 a.m. on the dot, just up trying to play.
All right, guys, covering 300 shares there. 300 shares at 61. There you go. Good move there for us.
Yeah, man, that's a beautiful move for you, brother. All right, so we're down to 05s for AMD, 3105s. I'm only holding 150 shares left. I'll add back to it if it bounces back.
Yep, same thing for me. I just took off another 100 shares there.
Nice. Yeah, yours looks really good, man. Yours is really nice follow through there.
Yep,
see if we
just
get
gonna
this.
wait for the bounce back to add into.
Yeah, for mine, I'm gonna see if we can get that low of the day break. Is what I'm looking for. It's down to 03s. There we go. Not too bad. 01s.
There you go, down to the 40s there.
Yeah. Alright, AMD's down to 02s. I'm going to take 75 off, and then I'm just going to hold 75 back. And if it bounces back to the VWAP at 12, I'll add back to it. I think it might bounce right here. And so that's ultimately the reason why I'm
Boom.
taking some off there.
Yeah, I closed mine too. I have this low right here that I see holding. I'm gonna go ahead and take my $90. That's a nice little one. First trade of the day.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
looking for a bounce back to 65. Don't mind getting back in it if it can bounce to 65, but
Yep.
I'll just take that. That's a nice opening trade.
Yeah, quick trade, man. Nice work. Sorry, guys. You
Yeah,
probably hear my
quick
son.
$90.
You probably hear my son yelling right now. He's all right. All right, we got $96 or 96.93s. There's the breakdown we were looking for AMD down to 93s, 92s, 91s. All right, I'm out of AMD with my last little bit, and I'm gonna add back to it if it pulls back. I wish I would have still had that first 300 shares. It would have been a really nice winning trade. But like I said, this is something, and if you guys want to understand how I trade, this is one of those things that you'll kind of see me do a lot. If a stock puts in a really obvious high like this right here, so you see this big obvious high right here at 22. When a stock puts in a high like that and then gets completely rejected and comes all the way back down to the low of the range, the weakness is just there. So whenever I see it come back here down to 3106, I'm waiting for a bounce back to the VWAP, because that shows a lot of weakness when it gets that confirmation in that level and then just flushes all the way back down. And so that's kind of what I attack. That's why you saw me jump right back into AMD. And as soon as I was into it, I remember saying I'm very confident in this setup, because again, when it puts in a really self-evident high like that and then just gets completely wrecked back down, the weakness is very self-evident. And so that's kind of why I attack in those situations. SPY's getting really weak here too. Look at the SPY flush.
Trying to get a bounce here in square. I'm not
at
seeing the bounce. It's just flushing through.
a lot of people talking about Roku this morning too. Look at Roku fade. I think Roku's dropping with more so with the SPY though.
Yep. Looks like I might have sold out position too soon. Might have rushed to that. Not the happiest with that, but it could have been my share size. Didn't jump in with the biggest share size there. So
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good trade, man. It was a quick trade. Yeah, you're never gonna get the full move, you know. I kind of feel like that a little bit with AMD. Like if you kind of missed the first part this morning, but I jumped in AMD, jumped out before my risk level. Like if you're looking at AMD here, you guys remember this was my risk level, this 24. It never actually hit 24. It got up to 22, and then it confirmed my 24 risk level. Never actually touched it. And so I ended up getting scared out of it and losing $30 on it, and then being super confident when it did drop back down that I added back to it. But I basically just gave up a good trade because I got scared.
man, Square just taking off there, giving me no chance.
Yeah, Square's pulling back. So the market is too, man. AMD. Look at CGC, Cron, Roku. Alright, so I'm looking at AMD. If it bounces back to the VWAP, I'll consider it. CGC's in a super obvious range too. Alright, there's AMD cracking lows. WLL was one. Oh, man, I completely forgot to watch SYMC today. Oh, okay, it didn't actually move at all. Yeah, it was acquisition. Alright, I feel much better then. Look at WLL for this red to green move, guys. WLL. Really nice red to green move today. Yeah, AMD got down to the 85s. Which one, Justin? Roku? Yeah, I can kind of hear the jungle sounds through Mitch's mic from my end. Like, I can hear my jungle sounds through my headphones now. Honestly, it's kind of peaceful, but it does sound like a jungle out here. Yeah, SYMC was terrible and slow. Hey, brother, I turned you down a little bit because that's super loud. I think your new mic is much better, but when you brush it, it's like really loud.
Oh, my bad. I put my headset down for a second.
Oh, you're good. NIO breaking out? I haven't traded NIO. It's been a minute since I traded NIO. The reason I stopped trading it as much is because of the range. But look at that nice little VWAP bounce there. Look at this VWAP bounce on NIO. Really nice. Just such a small range. Even with this big breakout and this big move for NIO, it's only moved 22 cents on the day. So, I mean, yeah, it's a nice move, but the range is just so small. You'd have to take big sizing, pay more commissions. Not going to be as fun, you know. Alright, waiting on AMD maybe. Cron is one I'm kind of looking at now, CRON. With the risk of like 13, so just a tight risk of like 5-6 cents. Maybe 20 is a risk, actually. Might be a little bit better. If I take Cron, I'm just going to take a few hundred, or like, yeah, just a very small size. Yeah, it happens, Scott. I don't know if it's been I think my internet's been giving me a lot of issues today. My internet's been messing with me. Alright, I like Cron here. A little bit better spread. I'm in with 100 shares. Got in about 5 cents too early, but small trade. I'll look at AMD as well. Maybe take AMD if it can keep working out for me. Nice, Justin. And OSTK Overstock had a fade. I was kind of watching that one earlier. I kind of moved on from it, but it didn't look bad. I'm gonna add another 100 to Cron. Biggest problem with Kron is the spread. Yeah, I like that fade on Overstock. That was a nice one, man. I missed it, unfortunately, but I did like that fade. All right, we're getting a little bit of a run up here for Kron. Like I said, this one's just a really tight risk, and so I just got to be prepared to exit this one.
Started there in SYMC. Just see if it's gonna break down this pattern and get back down.
We're down to 9s for Kron, but showing a little bit of strength here. I mean, sometimes I trade the same stocks. It just depends. It really just depends. A lot of times I'll look for like cannabis stocks or microchip stocks. You'll see me trade AMD a lot. The big joke around here is that AMD's my baby because I trade it so much. But I trade cannabis stocks, microchip. Most of the time I'm watching AMD, CGC, CRON, SQ, and Roku are usually the stocks I watch almost every single day. And the reason I watch them is because they work with my strategies. And so they typically work, and they're typically pretty reliable with my strategies. And so you'll see me keep an eye on those almost every day because, you know, in trading, it's like you find your niche. And whatever works, works. And you just kind of keep rinsing and repeating what works. And that's all I do in the market. I find something that works. If it works, I keep doing it until it stops working. And that's what you kind of got to do. And so that's what you see me do a lot, is just rinsing and repeating what actually works for me. You know, and it may not be what everybody else is doing. I may not be the cool kid streaming penny stock trading with 1,000% gains, but I'm trading consistency. That's all I care about. And so I think that's all I care about, is being consistent. I don't care if it's boring or what it is. All right, there's a flush in Kron. Like the weakness here. Definitely like the weakness. Yeah, we're definitely getting some lag again, at least on my end. Yeah, I think it just depends on what you're learning. Like, I think some of Ross's strategies are legit. You know, out of all the big time gurus, I probably trust Ross a little bit more than others, but everybody's different. Some people don't trust Ross at all. I've seen some of his content, and I like some of the stuff he teaches. It's just not really relevant to how I trade specifically, but a lot of it's good content. You just got to figure out if it's worth it for you or not, you know.
All right, guys. Getting a little bit moved down here to support here.
Yeah, for sure. Nice, Scott. Hey, nice work, brother. Congrats, man. It's cool, though. One thing I am happy, like, I built this family, or Mitch and I built this family, man. And it's like we got this big community here that is great, you know. We got all the people in our Discord, so it's just a really cool little community that we built, you know. And it's something that we're all super passionate about, most of us, you know, so it's fun.
All right, paid myself there in SYMC. Now I can give myself the chance with this 500 shares to let it break down. And if it doesn't, I'll go ahead and I'll get out break even.
Alright, CRON is up to 4 now. It got up to 5 for a split second. We'll see. I'm only in with 200 shares. I still got to take that leap for a little bit bigger sizing, I think, but not with this one. Spread's too rough.
Drawn up there.
Ross is only scalping 10 to 50 cents in minutes. I like to trade the macro moves and holding for several hours when the big trend sets. Yeah, 100%. And I think everybody's got to find their kind of niche in the market. You know, I really do. I think everybody's going to trade differently for the most part. You know, I get people all the time that comment on our stuff. I see people comment on Mitch's stuff too, and they just hate on us. They say, "Oh, you're not trading right. You need to do this and you need to do that." And it's like, what they don't understand is that everybody's different in trading. Everybody trades differently, and if something works for somebody, you can't really hate on them for it. You know, if it works, it works. You know, I don't care if it's the most boring trading method ever. If it works, it works. You know, I'm gonna stick with it until it stops working. Yeah, no worries, Scott. Yeah, man. Honestly, I'm happy with the community here. It's cool. OSTK back up to the VWAP. I think that 1450 level is interesting. Put in a higher high, or a lower high as well, so. Alright, there we go. There's a drop on CRON. Down to 15.
Yeah, CRON does look good.
Yep. Yeah, I got it.
I was looking at that one. Yeah, I was looking at it. I'm still in this trade here, but it looked good.
Yeah, man. It's I mean, I've been in it for like 10 minutes now, but I definitely like it now that it got rejected. It put in that high and got rejected. Right, 100%. Tarsh. If it's too exciting, you're probably using too big of share size. Like, it's supposed to be dull. Alright, there's 15. We'll see if we get the whole dollar break. The goal here is just down to 85 or so. I might consider adding a little bit to this one too if it bounces up, just so I can maybe get like a full 300 share position. Alright, I added a little bit there. I don't know what I got for my average though. It doesn't look like it was a great fill. 1603 is my average. Okay, it's not too bad. I still have 300 shares, but wanted a little bit better add, in all honesty, and I'll consider adding another 100 to it here as well if it gets up there. But still kind of debating on it. I'm not sure whether I want to push it with risk or not. We got a quick breakdown, man. Thinkorswim's acting so funny here, man. Bro means like man, or I don't even know how to describe bro. It's slang.
Dude.
Yeah, dude. I use dude a lot.
Dude.
Yeah, man. I think most 90s kids use dude. I call my kids dude. Ironically though, it's usually when I'm like not mad at my son, but it's when I'm getting on to him. I'll be like, hey dude, you can't do that.
Alright, guys, just covering there. Not going to take the chance. I'm just going to get out of SIMC. Not really liking it.
Alright, I'm going to get out of half of my position there. I'm going to hold the last little 150, see if we can get the breakdown to that low of the day at 83. Whoa, man. What is that thing, man? Oh. Your new mic, man. That thing's hurting my ears, bro. I need to turn mine down. I thought that was a bird.
Marley found my squeaker. The squeaker.
Yeah, man.
Alright. Here, let me lower down my mic. I can.
I'm not buying a put. I'm just buying a short. I'm just shorting it. And I've already shorted it. Yeah, I mean, I've already scaled out to it. I mean, this is my scared out of it. This is my day so far. Like it's a kind of a so-so day. Like I said, the goal for Kron is down here at 85, 84. So like right here. That's where I want to see it break down. I could think about adding to it if it moves up. But we'll see. Why is NIO up? I'm not sure. Yeah, a lot of people always ask me. I actually had a comment, do I use any other indicators? And like I will sometimes, depending on the strategy I'm trying to attack. But just in everyday analyzation, I typically just use the VWAP. Alright, there's 93s. But yeah, just in like everyday analyzation, I'm mostly just using the VWAP because that's what works the best for me. And I just kind of try to stick with what works in the market and ignore everything that doesn't. And I think I'm not saying all of the other stuff doesn't work, but for me specifically, I just stick with what works, and the VWAP works. I stream every day. You guys can see the consistency, and I would be crazy if I started trying to do other stuff while this is working. And I think that's one of the biggest issues that new traders run into. Is they try to do too much. They try to do too many different things, and they need to just stick with one thing that works and really master that, and then move on to something after they really master it. Alright, we got that overstock, which put in that really obvious high and then dropped back down here. It's got that double top too for overstock. I like it a little bit more. It's got in that really obvious high right there. Why is my profit so small? I'm just trading small today. Summer trading. So no crazy risks. What do I think about AMRN? Yeah, look, there goes overstock. Like I said, I liked it for a short. It put in that really obvious high, and this is something I talk about a lot. I've said it multiple times just this morning. When a stock puts in a really obvious high like this and then gets that weak, a lot of times it's going to come back down. A lot of the time it's going to come back down. And so I hope everybody understands what I mean by that, because that alone, that concept alone has been working very, very well in this market. Just testing the bottom of the range and going to a top, putting in a confirmation high, getting completely rejected and coming back down just shows a lot of weakness. We're done in 94s. Like I said, we're looking at 83s if we can get it. AMRN looks really strong, honestly. It's a little bit too high above the VWAP right now for me to want to get into it, but if it pulls back, maybe a dip buy looks interesting. Yeah, man. FCEL. Yeah, there's one. The big one to get into here, like if I did trade penny stocks, I think I would stick with kind of two-way setup, which is the red to green move. And so I think if I traded that, it would be mostly red to green moves, maybe a few other stuff.
I'm back. Let's
Ooh,
do this.
your mic is super loud. There we go. Honestly, I might just buy one. Send me the link of your headphones so that way we can have the same headphones so it's like even. It might be my headphones too making it loud though. Alright, we're up to 97s. I mean, I could add to it. I'm holding 150 shares now. I don't mind Kron. We just need to see a little bit more downward action here. At this point, it's not going to be a losing trade. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe it's just my end. How does Mitch's mic sound, guys? Is it too loud or is it just right? If it's just right, I'll leave it and I'll just turn my volume down.
Yeah, I think you either have to turn your volume up or adjust mine a little down. It's not really that it's louder, it's just kind of like clear, and since it's a boom mic, it gets that kind of
A big sound. Okay, so it's just right. Alright, so yeah, if Mitch is good, then I'll leave it up. I'll just turn my volume down on my headset a little bit. This is a good question, though, that Tar said right here. He said, do you use level 2 in tape reading? I feel like I missed the focus of the price action on the charts and trade scary because I think I think there are a lot of sellers and many are probably fake. So Mitch and I we use level 2. I mostly just use level 2 to look to see what the bid and the ask is at. I don't use level 2 that much aside from that. It's mostly just looking to see where the bid and the ask is at to see where I can possibly add to it, see if I can get a little bit better entry. What I do use, though, is time and sales, because level 2 can be faked. Level 2, the orders can be fake. It can just be fake buys, fake sales, people trying to manipulate the market. And you get a little bit of that with the time and sales, but the time and sales is actual orders that have gone through already. And so it's orders that have gone through already. And so that's the good thing about the time and sales. Level 2, a little bit less reliable, a little bit more sketchy, in my opinion. Alright, we're up to 03s here for Kron. Thinking about adding, maybe 100 shares back here. And then just using this 15 level as my risk. Oh, I added to it, but it dropped almost exactly where I added to it. So I only got 250 shares at this point, but worse entry for sure.
all right, SPY breaking trend there. Let's see if it holds 2760s. Want to see it get up there and hold 2760s, show me reversal. I am interested in AMAT here. It would be in the 50s and the risk would be 60. Looking at AMAT right here. Also trying to judge the SPY to see if we're going to get a flip right back down on this SPY or if it's going to actually reverse the trend and start pushing up here.
Yeah, SPY, we did get that nice little breakout on the upside.
AMRN, man. I couldn't trade that one today, but the VWAP bounce on that one was amazing.
Oh, yeah, we did talk about that one a little bit. Yeah, the VOI bounce on AMRN looked good too, for sure. Super strong.
Just turned south there. I couldn't take the trade. Missed the trade there. It looks good for anyone on the south side. SPY still hasn't twisted, but AMAT taking a good trip to the south there from the VWAP.
Yep. Alright, so we're getting a little bit of a move up here for Kron. I just got to be careful. Like I said, my risk in this one's got to be this 14 level. So, not really risking. I mean, I might risk 20 bucks in this trade, but we'll see if we give it the time to work. We're just going to look to see if that level holds. But I just don't want to see a reversal here, which is what we could get, and it kind of looks like one. So I could cut it break even too. Yeah, I don't know. Me specifically, I just don't trust the level 2 as much. I know a lot of traders live by it, so I'm not hating or judging them. It's just not something that I use as often as many other traders. It's not really my thing.
Well, I mean, like always, guys, it's not really about not using it, but it's about understanding it.
Right.
I think that's what more John's talking about. Um, he's not saying he doesn't look at it, but that he doesn't go off of it. You can't base trade judgments strictly off the level 2.
You can't. It's just
It just
not.
won't work out. Yeah, it won't work out.
There's too many fake orders and there's too much nonsense clouding everything on the level 2. Even the time and sales as well can be a little misleading, and so you kind of have to combine everything and then use that to make an educated decision on what you want to do. Um, that's at least what I try to do. Is I try to just combine everything. I combine the chart, level 2, time and sales, scanners, everything. I just combine it all, and I try to make an educated decision on what I want to do in the trade. Is it going to be favorable for me to add positions to it? Does it look weak? When you trade stocks every day, you kind of get a feel of them, and so it starts to be a little bit easier, but it takes time to really get that feel. Yeah, for sure. And I think that's kind of how you have to be, Justin. Just use them all as guidance. You kind of combine everything, make an educated decision based off of what they're all telling you. Alright, guys, so if anybody wants to use the same platform and broker that Mitch and I use, go check out TradeNet. Super customized, or go check out TradeNet. Honestly, I don't think anywhere else in the trading world can you get 14,000 in buying power with their funded account program. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade as much as you want. There's also shorting ability, so you can actually short anything that's tradable. Commissions are pretty cheap. People keep asking me how I trade so small. It's because commissions on TEFs and TradeNet are ridiculously cheap. They're super cheap, and so it's one of the ways I can really just trade small, protect my account, and really take the time and trade the market. And so if you want to go check out TradeNet, like I said, I don't think anywhere else in the trading world can you get that type of bundle. And I think the kind of bundle that TradeNet offers, where you get the funded account, you get no PDT rules, so you can day trade as much as you want. You can short stocks. It comes with a trading course and access to a trading chat room, like I said, for less than $400. I think the funded account alone is worth the $400, but it comes with a trading course and access to a trading chat room and a demo account for 2 weeks for you to practice and learn the software. So it comes with a lot of good stuff, and I think it just makes sense for traders. And so it's a great way to help support the channel as well. If you want to check them out, there's the link. Great way to help support the channel. We do make a commission from it if you sign up, and so you want to help support the channel, it's a great way to do it. Alright, so we're up to 09 for CRON. It's not looking that good. Like I said, I'm just going to stick with my risk level of about 14 or so. But not looking that hot right now. Luckily, I took profits already, and so kind of a meh day so far. But definitely got to be a little weary of Cron right here. I mean, if you want to see a full walkthrough of it, I can post this walkthrough as well. And I mean, yeah, this walkthrough, it just breaks down what it is. It's very similar to a prop firm. And so there is a max loss and there is a profit split. And so on any profit you make, on their intro account, I think it's 70-30, so you keep 70% and they keep 30%. So there is a profit split and there is a max loss as well. And so if you go under $700 in losses in your account, then they close your account down. And so there are some rules. Like I said, if you want to see a full walkthrough where I break down the pros and cons, because there are some cons, specifically penny stocks. Most penny stocks you can't trade. I posted that link as well right there in the chat, so go check them out. Alright, so we're right on the cusp of me getting out of this trade. It's kind of right at that level now where you got to be a little bit more weary of it. It could squeeze up quickly here. There's 11s. There's 11s, 12s, 13s. 12s, 11s. All right, we'll see if that level confirms. That's the level I want to see confirm right there at 13. It's down to 09. If we confirm and we get it back down to 15, I'll almost definitely add to this one. But it would need to get down to 15 at least. I'm definitely not adding to it here above the VWAP.
All right, started there on EMPH. I'm seeing this one looking like it's trying to break down here. It's hanging around the top on the daily chart. I gotta hold tight here. Risk right now is 917.
I kind of want to look at AMD here as well. There's those 7s. I might trade AMD here too. Let me take this top list down. See if I can squeeze another trade here. All right, so we did get down to 5. You guys might not be able to see this other one since my beautiful face is in the way. But we'll see. All right, there's those 7s. There we go. All right, here's AMD. All right, guys, hold on one second. Yeah, I'll be right back. Mitch, yell at me if my trade goes against me.
I'll try. Yeah, I can. All right, looking good, guys. I'm looking to go ahead and add here if we can get back above 19. Yeah, it looks like I sold that SYMC a little early. Could have held. Yeah, could have held that one for a while.
Oh, I've realized I've been muted. Here, what is it? Just you're on stream right now. I don't. I'm not sure.
So I'm gonna get ready now to go.
Okay. I
I
mean,
mean, will you be able to come watch him?
not right now.
Well, that's why I'm asking how much
Like
longer.
10 minutes, maybe.
Okay, well, yeah.
All right. I'm in AMD. I'm in Cron here. Both fades. I'm liking AMD a little bit better than Cron now, but Cron has put in some type of confirmation above me, and so we'll see. It's not looking too bad. With CRON, we just want to see this level reject here. It's kind of consolidating now, and so that's the level we kind of got to watch. Really is 15, 16 or so. There's 15s. Got it very close to exiting this one. For CRON, it's down to 15-15. Yeah.
I hit my
16.
ad there for EMPH.
Uh-oh. Alright, we're testing 16 for CRON. I'm going to see if it holds underneath it or what happens here. Hands over the cover button, though. Gonna exit if it... There's 18s, I'm out. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Took my swing. Still in AMD, and I do like AMD a little bit more. Here, I could probably put this one down now. But we'll see. If I have a losing day, that's okay. I kind of manage. We'll see if I keep trading. I've been trying to stick with good risk-reward ratios, and I don't mind adding one more 100 share position to AMD here. With 300 shares, like I said, my goal for this one is for this. I want to see this level hold as my risk, but I think my actual risk is about 0.5 here. Maybe, yeah, 0.5. I could also use 13 as my risk and still have good risk-reward. Let me see what that would be. So my entry is 94. And so if my risk was 14, that would be a 20-cent risk. And then from 94 down to 74 is only 20 cents. So that's about 2 to 1. So yeah, I'd still have to stick to my original risk, I think. Can't do the 14 one.
One that looks interesting but is a bigger stock is Tesla. I would like it to come back to 29.32, reject off that level, and then go right back down to support. I'm going to keep an eye on it for a little bit later, see if it makes that move. Looking good in EMPH here as we're making a move down to the support. Looking to take some cover here at 91s or 94s.
Taking a little bit bigger of a position now with AMD. I'm in. The reason I'm taking that position is because my risk is very, very defined at 0.5. I can let it test 0.5, but if it gets up to like 10, I got to get out of it. But that's the reason I'm in with 400 shares, is because it's a very obvious risk level, and I love this fade action that we have now. Cron looks like it's squeezed up. But yeah, we'll see what we get. I still got to get to myself. I still have to scale up a little bit more. Like, I realize I'm not using the big size that I need to be using. My first few trades of the day are typically successful, and I think if I would have bigger sizing, I wouldn't be as stubborn with them and maybe hold on to them as long.
Yeah, it happens.
There's Cron squeeze up. That's ultimately why I got out of it. I'm glad I got out of Cron. It's up to 1520s. And yeah, I think that was the right time to get out of it too.
Okay, just covered their 400 shares, guys. Still have 600 shares left of EMPH. Taking their $36 off the table.
Yeah,
And
I'll throw
seeing
you
a
up a little
nice,
bit.
Nice move down here. I'm trading off this breakdown here. I added there at VWAP. So now I have pretty much a VWAP entry and can hold right above this VWAP. I'm going to hold to 1905 right now. Average. I'm looking for this to break down. As you can see, the daily chart really supports this. Um, you see this high has been here, can't really get above this 1906. It can get right back down to 18 today. So I'm going to hold to this, hold to that 1905, and see if we get a bigger breakdown.
Mitch has been killing it today in the last 2 days, man. You've been all green, brother. So nice work, man.
Yeah, just working hard. Also, one of the things I've been doing is kind of not seeing continuation moves, deciding really if I want to go for the base hit or for the home run. I've been taking more base hits, and it seems
Yep.
like it's been working out for me.
Right. I think that's the right move too. I think in summer trading, home runs are going to be a little bit less common, and so you gotta take the base hits when you get them.
Yeah, there's no reason in summertime not to take good profit, especially if you see a good move in your direction and it's the first move. Like you just get in and it immediately goes green. There's no reason not to take some off and then just let the rest of it work. That's what I
Right.
really been trying. And if it works, it works. If not, get it down to a support level or resistance, a target area, and don't feel ashamed for taking profits as long as it's in that target area.
Right.
AMRN back to VWAP there. Kind of interesting. It's done the one drive, two drive, three drive. Tried to do that fourth drive and bounce back all the way to the support. I kind of like it. You know, the 5 minute looks like another VWAP bounce. It looks like a huge VWAP bounce. Um, I would like to get closer to 2310 and 23 so that you can risk all the way down to that 2293. But
Yeah,
it's interesting one.
for sure. All right, AMD's down to 93. I'm only up about $6 in this one, but scaled into it, and Let me look at the chart one more time. Yeah, I like the chart for AMD much more now. We're just gonna look for a larger breakdown. Ideally, we want to see like 75 is like the goal, but we'll see. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Hold it down, Mitch. Yeah, I'll be right back, bro.
Yeah, we'll do. See if we get this nice crackdown here. Don't really want to see it above 19 anymore. Just want to see it crack down these 1890s and it can get to these 1880s. Got some share size to jump in there in the 96s, 97s, 19, 1905.
All right, so let's see. AMD squeezed up a little bit here. Man, I like being on vacation, but I do miss my home trading. we're at 95 with AMD. Like I said, I'm holding 400 shares at this point. I just want to see weakness here. Like I said, my risk is like 10 cents, so either way, I'll be fine.
All right, guys, there you go, getting that breakdown there. Not down in the 90s.
Yeah, it looks good. EMPH looks nice for that breakdown, bro. Might take my son for a walk after this, man. That'll be fun. Alright, we're getting 99s. I'm going to throw my AMD up real quick. We're getting 99s here. The whole dollar.
Yeah.
So I got to...
SPY breaking out there. That's what you're getting.
Yep.
SPY saying no more to that short pattern.
Yep. I notice about myself, like lately, if I have a losing day, I've kept trading until I have like somewhat of a winning day, and if I have a losing day today, I kind of want to just hang it up. I don't want to reinforce those bad habits that I think I've been kind of developing a little bit. I need to just hang it up if it's a losing day. And so that's what I'm going to try to do today. Like if it's a losing day, I might lose 50, 70 bucks. That's fine. Still up decent in profit in my account. But if I have a losing day, I might just hang it up. We'll see if I actually do that. I always say I am, and then I never end up doing it. I always end up coming back to the computer to trade. But we'll see. Alright, there's the whole dollar. There's 01s. 02s, 03s. This is where I gotta be really careful. This is probably my exit coming up here. I like the fade move for AMD, but we've been getting some fake outs lately. Summertime trading. Got one more second. I think this is the big level here. Right there at 05, right here. I think that's the big level we watch. Kron's pulling back, but
All right, guys, got a starter there also in DWT. Or VWAP bounce play. Willing to add at 7. Risk right now is 696.
oh wait, the market's closed tomorrow, isn't it?
Yep.
Good, man. Honestly, I'm usually looking forward to trading, and I'm usually kind of bummed out if the market is closed. But honestly, not today, man. I think right now we're getting. I think I'm really looking forward to sleeping in tomorrow. Honestly, I just want to sleep in, do some fireworks. Fireworks are actually legal out here in Michigan. They're illegal in Texas where I live. You actually can't do them.
Wow. How depressing.
It's dry. It's just so dry. That's why, like, it's just so dry that fires get started. Does the market close early today? Here, guys. I gotta mute it. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So we're getting the test of that level. Like I said, this was my risk. Getting very, very close to it. All right, let me unmute myself on Mitch's end. Yeah, but getting very, very close to my risk. That makes sense why the volume was much lower today, honestly, with the stream and everything, is because tomorrow's the 4th of July. All right, so we're getting a little bit of confirmation there. We did have some confirmation up there at 03. Man, this thing just spams me. There we go. All right.
All right, guys. Don't want to see EMPH above 19 here. Just wanted to reject here. Taking a big trade here, DWT. Also looking at UWT. Can see the VWAP fade there. Would risk would be 1374. Entries would be in the 60s.
Yeah, the market closes at 1 p.m. today, market time. So it closes in 3 hours, roughly. All right. Here, I'll throw you up, Mitch, if you're in a bigger trade. Wait, where did my mouse go? I missed my old mouse, man. Where'd it go? There it is. I've lost my mouse. There it is. Sheesh.
Just watching multiple trades here, so it's a little difficult. All right. Sold a little bit there at resistance for DWT. Give myself $60. Now I can let the rest of the trade work and not feel bad about it if it comes back to my entry and I have to stop out. Just working hard, man. Working hard. That's all it is. Focused. I feel the focus, so I went for this trade too. And look at it. If you look at UWT and you look at DWT, they have a tendency of coming back down to the support, bouncing off the support, and then making a run back to resistance. That's what I took the chance on, and I got the VWAP bounce there. I saw a nice breakout with a lot of volume, so the pullback was called for, and took a shot there. Same way I'm taking a shot with the EMPH, holding here to this 19, letting it get a chance here to break. Because if it does break, I'll still get a nice big win in EMPH and have a nice big win in DWT. Let's see what happens here. See if we can get above 710. I don't know if you can pull that stock up. You don't really have to put me up. If you want, you can just put up both charts. There you go. Nice move there. There you go. You might get your pullback. Ooh, that Tesla went back to VWAP and rejected. Didn't get up there to my level that I wanted, that I needed it. There goes the MPH, guys. Look at that. Pew! Let's hang on tight for a second here on the EMPH. Let's see if we can get that real crackage of volume.
Oh,
Here's
I
some
am muted.
volume there at the support, 89 and 88.
I realized I was muted. No, it's 1 p.m. today, James. I'm pretty sure it's 1 p.m. You might be right. I looked it up. It said 1 p.m. though. So it's either 1 or 2. I don't know. I don't hang around that long anyway.
All right, guys, gotta hang here tight with DWT. It's back to the VWAP. I'm gonna hold to that 699. If it goes below that, I can get out, but I'm gonna hang here tight, see if this can get back above 710, get up there to that 715.
Alright.
Alright.
They're in there though.
And see if we can crack this for EMPH and head to the 75s.
Mine squeezed up a little bit too much. Just not the day for my fades, which is okay. Like I said, I'm gonna try not to trade anymore today. I know lately I've been getting stubborn, and it's been working out, which might be bad for me. It might be setting kind of bad habits, but I'm gonna try not to trade anymore and just accept the loss I have and move on. We'll see if I can actually do that. And I'll be sure to post a video updating you. I think I got a little bit too active on a low volume day for me, which is fine. But yeah, I gotta close it down, guys. I gotta go help watch my son. My wife is going to the gym, and so I have to watch my son because she's been kind of helping me out lately since I've been sick. And so, Mitch, I might have to close it down here, brother.
No worries, I'm all green. I ain't got no worries.
All right, brother. All right, guys. I'll hit you guys up a little bit later. Go check out Trade Ideas. I'll post those links here as well. Honestly, the best scanners in the game by far. Allow you to do a lot of different stuff. Here, I'll put Mitch's full screen up while I'm doing these exits. All right. Okay. Yeah, go check out Trade Ideas, the best scanners in the game. There's the link. So if you want to use the same scanners that we use, that we kind of use to help us find the best moving stocks, go check out Trade Ideas, the best scanners in the game.
There you go, EMPH breaking down there to the 85s, 86s.
Also, go check out TradeNet. Honestly, like I said, one of the ways I can use such small sizing. You know, my commissions on the day, I probably traded 5 times. My commission's probably less than $20 for all 5 of those trades. And one of the ways I can do that is because commissions on TradeNet specifically are extremely cheap. There's also no PDT rule with their funded account program. You get $14,000 in buying power with their intro account, and there's no PDT rule. With cheap commissions, you can actually short anything that's tradable, and it's not just the funded account program, it's actually a bundle that comes with a trading course and chat room. And so it makes a lot of sense for new traders. I think it's a really good risk reward for new traders, and it can allow them to really get their feet wet without risking a ton of money in the market. And so if you want to go check them out, I'll post that link here as well. There's the link.
Not a bad day, not a bad day. Realize up 252 right now and
What?
holding strong.
Yes. Hold on. My wife keeps asking me stuff, guys. I'm starting to get frustrated. Hold on.
There you go. There's that washout in EMPH I wanted to see, guys. Look at there, down there to 80s.
Alright. Sheesh. Alright. But yeah, go check out TradeNet. Honestly, like I said, best scanners in the game, Trade Ideas. Go check them out. One of the ways we can find the best moving stocks is from Trade Ideas, and they're a super cool company. They actually allow me to stream these scans every single day. And so show your support for our channel. Go check out Trade Ideas. Like I said, go check out TradeNet as well. I honestly don't think there's a better risk reward setup than TradeNet. I think it makes a lot of sense if you want to go check them out. And I'll post that link here as well. And then I gotta go, guys. I gotta help my wife watch my son real quick.
All right, guys, you guys see it here, man. We got 4 trades, 4 green. I'll go ahead and I'll take another beautiful day.
Yeah, man. Nice work, brother. Killed it today, man.
Yep. Been for the last 9 trades, 9 for 9.
Killing it, man. Nice work, brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, good luck. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a happy 4th of July. Be safe out there for 4th of July. And yeah, have a good day, guys. We'll see you all a little bit later. Remember,
You guys
the market
enjoy.
closes at the market closes at 1, I think, 1 o'clock market time today. And so market closes a little bit early. So yeah, so good luck, guys. We'll see you all a little bit later.